What's up, guys? It's Keyan from Little Village, also known as Little Malik, and today I want to talk to you guys about my plans for sunsetting. So let's just talk about PvE first. So basically for PvE, um, I'm going for exit strategy, but currently I'm running escape velocity. In my grind, I'm almost done. But so yeah, primary SMG because Recluse is getting sunset, unfortunately. So then for the secondary, we're gonna use Python or Borealis. Which then leads me to the heavy ammo, which I'm probably either going to use Edgewise, which I'm grinding for both PvP and PvE, or Whisper, or Thunderlord, so depending on the situation. And then Edgewise would apply to where Thunderlord would be used as well. Um, Now let's talk about PvP. So, for PvP, um, I use either Thorn or Suros, because they're two extremely dominant weapons, and they're not going to be sunsetted, so I'm in the clear. Um, So yeah, and then secondary Felwinter'S or Apostate, depending on the situation as well. Because they're both insane. Like Apostate is going to be one of the most dominant snipers I think in the meta when sunsetting actually takes effect, and then Felwinter'S is just insane, you know, because like the perks. So I'm running slide shot, opening shot on it. But you know, quick draw is also good, but I like slide shot better. Now for heavy ammo, as far as sword goes for 3-peeking and just using a sword because they're actually really fun to use. I have Honor's Edge with a really nice roll on it. Yeah, I'm actually gonna masterwork it too. Um, and then again, I'm grinding for Edgewise, so you know, I'm just gonna use Hammerhead in the time being. But now, as far as armor goes, just for this build, I'm using Dune Marchers for both PvP and PvE because surprisingly, it's actually insane for PvE because the chain lightning just clears so many ads. Or I'll use Lion Rampant. If there's like certain parkour that needs to be done or whatever. Um, so all my armor besides my helmet is not being sunsetted, so I'm in the clear. But then I have this helmet, the Dreambane helm, or the Seventh Seraph helmet, but like this one's a little bit better. It just ruins my build though. But when sunsetting does happen, I'll probably have a much better helmet than either of these to use. So yeah.
So, I'm Cameron or Little Jeff, and today I'm going to be talking about, since sunsetting is coming to Destiny 2, what weapons and or armor you should be using for sunsetting, since most of the weapons from past seasons are getting either retired or they're just not in meta anymore. So, one of the really good guns that I've been using lately, and I just grinded for, was Python. And it's a really good secondary shotgun that you can use some hand cannons with, or if you have any good primary auto rifles, that would be good. Um, Also, the new shotgun FELWINTER'S Lie has just come out, and it's a pretty darn good shotgun if you have any hand cannons or auto rifles to use with it, like Thorn or Ace of Spades or something else. For power weapons, you're mainly going to be using just legendaries that won't be getting retired, or if you have a good legendary primary and secondary loadout, you can use an exotic primary power weapon, like Tractor Cannon or Thunderlord or whatever you may have. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much. There's also other weapons that you can get, like Arc Logic and weapons from Altars of Sorrow, like Apostate. Um, that if you get good rolls on, they would be really good for PvP. But also for armor, unfortunately, they're retiring armor pieces, which I don't think is necessary. But my helmet and chestplate and Warlock Bond is gonna get retired, which I really don't see why they would need to do that. But it is what it is. So I have some other bonds that I can use. It's not really a problem. Um, and then you're mainly just going to be trying to farm some armor pieces, or just get lucky and get high rolls on some random drops. Um, and yeah, basically you're mainly just going to want to masterwork exotics from now on, since you'll be able to keep those for the longest amount of time, and you won't really need new ones ever unless you want to get a better roll on them. But yeah, that's basically it for.
Alrighty, so this is Little B, and we'll be running through what I'm currently got in mind for weapon sunsetting next season. So the first thing, of course, is the PvE loadout. I usually will use something like Wendigo, Recluse, and of course Mountaintop, just because it's insane. But I got this Tranquility, which until I get Izanagi's will probably be my go-to. And I have this super sweet Last Hope, which is Feeding Frenzy Rampage. It's just awesome, like a Recluse replacement. And instead of Wendigo, I have this super god rolled Interference with the Velocity Masterwork, Clown Cartridge, Full Court, and Spike Nades, which is pretty damn cool. In terms of armor, I always run Nighthawk with Golden Gun, and I will just, most of my armor is already from this season, so I don't have to worry too much for my current armor sets. In terms of PvP, I always use Stompies. I don't even have a pair of nice year 3 Stompies, so that's kind of a yikes, but most of my stuff is also just, already from this season. In terms of weapons, I have a super nice Dire Promisor that I use a lot. I'll be using something like the Apostate Sniper, which I think is very fun to use, and then of course the new FELWINTER'S Last Shotgun, which is just going to be insane in the Crucible until they nerf it. And then something like Black Talon is always a good choice because swords are pretty good right now, and Black Talon's a fun sword. I'll also potentially be running something like a sniper here, and then the Arc Logic auto rifle. I think this is almost like a replacement auto rifle in terms of things like the Summoner, the Galliard, Hardlight after its nerf. It's just a lot of fun, and I'll use this with Tranquility or another primary shotgun. Overall, I will say, if you are looking to prepare for weapon retirement, my best advice is go to the Moon, Altars of Sorrow, all the Eris Morn, Lectern of Enchantment bounties for these weapons are super good. Like, I have a lot of weapons that I'm going to be using that are from the Lectern of Enchantment, and they'll just be meta. I'm telling you guys, you gotta go farm them, of course, until I get capped. But I think these are going to be really good. I'm also going to use some exotics like Thorn because they are not getting capped. And in terms of quests, I'm going for things like Edgewise, just because it's nice. Randy's is still good, but just a couple things that I have in terms of exotics and quests that'll be good for next season when the caps come. I'm sorry to see Mountaintop and Recluse go, but I guess it's for the better, and there's going to be new weapons coming out. So, yeah, that's all from me, guys.